could you? Nope. Couldn't wait till Tuesday, could you? Nope. You want to trade a first-round pick for Brandon Cooks? Nope. Just stop, please. Come on, stop. Stop. Can we please stop with the first-round pick for Brandon Cooks nonsense? But the numbers, did you see the numbers? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're so blown away by a guy that had two 1,100-yard seasons in his first 3 years in the league. Oh my God, that never happens. What sort of magical creature is this Brandon Cooks? He must be a unicorn. Now listen, before you jump in the comment section and rip me a new one, all right? I don't want to take anything away from Brandon's game. He's a good receiver. The numbers speak for themselves. But let's not act like he's the end-all be-all to the Eagles' wide receiver woes, or that he's the only wide receiver out there that has had two consecutive 11... Oh my God, I'm making my head spinning from hearing this so much. Two consecutive 1,100-yard seasons in his first 3 years, all right? It's happened before. In fact, it's happened in recent Philadelphia Eagles history. But alas, the people that'll tell you that Deshaun Jackson was a one-trick pony, or that we didn't win anything with him anyway, or that he wasn't shit, despite having basically two 1,100-yard seasons in his first 3 years. Oh, and by the way, in those first 3 years, more receiving yards than Brandon Cooks, only 3 fewer touchdowns, and a much better yards per catch average. But shh. Yes, those same people that would tell you that Deshaun Jackson wasn't shit would also be the first ones to tell you that we should ship out a first-round pick for Brandon Cooks. The fuck? No! Stop it! I mean, he's a good wide receiver. Don't get it twisted, but at the same time, don't take it overboard, all right? All these numbers that everybody's just pitching a tent over, keep in mind that's with a Hall of Fame quarterback in Drew Brees inside of a dome and in a division where defense is often optional. Now, I don't want to say that he was a product of the system or that he wouldn't find success anywhere else because, again, he is a good wide receiver, but let's put it in these terms, all right? Take a look at Drew Brees' numbers in 2014 before the Saints traded Jimmy Graham over to the Seahawks. His numbers barely slipped. In fact, he was better in yards and in touchdowns in 2016. Now take a look at Jimmy Graham's numbers. From his time in New Orleans to his time in Seattle. Yes, they're still good, but they will never, ever, ever, ever be Drew Brees is passing me the turd good. But he's 23 years old! Can somebody explain to me when people started passing out first-round picks because of somebody's age? All right? This isn't a strip club. Younger doesn't mean better. Just because she's 23 and she can blow the top off, you know what? No. I don't even know where I'm going with that one. And think about this. If this guy is as good as you all say he is, and he's that freaking valuable, and his numbers are that freaking amazing. And don't forget, he's only 23 years old. Riddle me this. Why are the Saints trying to get rid of him? If he's on his rookie contract, he's got a 4th year, and then you can up him on the 5th year option. I mean, that's great production, great value at a great price. Why are the Saints trying to get rid of him? For what? But you know what? I don't care about the Saints, all right? I care about the Eagles. And if you care about the Eagles too, you understand the necessity to build through the draft. You just don't give away first-round picks. Unless you're the Minnesota Vikings derping your way to Sam Bradford. You build a team through the draft. Look, there's a reason why teams like Pittsburgh, Green Bay, New England are always in the Super Bowl conversation, and that's because they're not just giving away first-round picks for players. And there's a reason why the Philadelphia Eagles are like the Meek Mill of the NFL. Beloved in Philadelphia, but taking L's everywhere else. You start giving away first-round picks at this point, with this many holes I just got done talking about, you're going to be like Jason Kelsey, just going backwards. And please, lose the argument that there's nobody in this draft that would be available at pick 14 that's better than Brandon Cooks. All right? Let's take a look at some other 14th overall picks, shall we? Oh, I don't know. How about a Robert Quinn, Malcolm Jenkins, Earl Thomas, or, what the hell was that guy's name? He had an island. Oh, yeah, Darrelle Revis. None of those players I would have traded away for Brandon Cooks. Not one of them. Now, that being said, what the Eagles need to focus on is making sure they don't Broderick Bunkley this fucking thing with the 14th overall pick and draft somebody like that. I realize it's a crapshoot, but at the risk of maybe blowing it, I want to pursue greatness. Or at least greatness over Brandon Cooks. I mean, you take a look at one pick back. You're talking about guys like Bruce Irvin, Mike Pouncey, Jason Pierre-Paul, Brian Cushing. Now, what they need to do is make sure they don't do what they did in 2003 and Jerome McDougal the fucking thing. Okay? I get it. It's a leap of faith. It's a big leap, but could end up in bigger results than Brandon Cook. That being said, if the Saints want to talk a second round pick, and maybe throw in a Kendricks or a Kelsey, I'll drive them to the airport myself. We are going to get into all this and more on 4th and John tomorrow, streaming live at 8 o'clock. Check out at 4th and John for all the information there. We might be streaming it here on YouTube, all right? We got some brand new technology at the studio. I don't know if it works, but we're going to try to bring it to you right here live on YouTube. So until next time, let's go Birds, and I'll fucking see you tomorrow.